one of the things I heard for years and still do hear when defending Edward Snowden is, well, look, if you're so sure that he acted heroically, why doesn't he come back and try and convince a jury of his peers that that's true instead of staying hiding? Now, you referenced earlier what you said is your view that Julian would never get a fair trial in the U.S., either because they're charging him under a 100-year law that was enacted in 1917, the Espionage Act, to criminalize dissent against World War I, and is written in order to assure prosecution, but the same law they're charging Snowden with. But beyond that, what are the reasons you believe when people say, well, why doesn't Julian just come out of that hole in Ecuador, or in the Ecuadorian embassy, or now agree to be extradited? If he's so clearly right, he'll be acquitted. Why is that untrue? Why won't he get a fair trial?
Well, look at the venue, just for that matter. You called it to be judged by his peers. So, you know, the venue is the Eastern District of Virginia court, what they call the spy court. And for what reason? 80% of the jury pool is actually drawn from people who have either direct or indirect, through, you know, one link, a family member, a close associate, who works for these agencies who have an interest in the case. So it's absolutely impossible to get a fair trial just on that simple basis. And we have 10 more arguments to pile on top of that. You know, the breach of the attorney-client privileges, the stealing of the legal documents, the spying of the meetings that Julian had with his lawyers whilst he was in the Ecuadorian embassy, conducted by the CIA under Mike Pompeo, the plot to assassinate or kidnap him that has been exposed now a year ago in September
by a very
Yahoo
credible
News.
reporter, Mike Isikoff.
Based on 30 sources, named and unnamed, nobody has claimed credibly that this is not a reliable report. Very, very, very solid reporters, and actually, in a very spectacular manner, Mike Pompeo, former director of CIA, actually confirmed the story in a way by not denying the authenticity of it or saying this is all BS, it's simply not true. No, he went the other way and said we need to get the sources of the story and put them on trial for breaching confidentiality. Well, thank you, Mike Pompeo. You just confirmed the authenticity of the story by doing that. So, and on we can go about the impossibility of him getting a fair trial, including with all the outspoken condemnation of him by political leaders, by everybody in society. How are you going to get an impartial jury together to take the case on? And let's not forget the other thing. He is going to be put on pre-trial detention in the U.S., which can last for 2-3 years, that period. Who will decide and can decide the condition in which he is held in that pre-trial period? That is the CIA. They can demand that he is put in solitary confinement through the entire time.